has proved that Kuwait is a part of Iraq.
At my direction, elements of the 82nd Airborne Division, as well as key units of the United States Air Force, are arriving today to take up defensive positions in Saudi Arabia. I took this action to assist the Saudi Arabian government.
On what day did Iraqi forces originally invade Kuwait?
I have no idea.
Sometime in December. I think it's like the 23rd.
Let's see. What are...
I don't know.
January 16th. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's August 2nd.
Help! I'm falling and I can't get out!
Stepping forward, y'all. And just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereo's...
I can't believe it, although I did it. I have never been that kind of man. Oh, I must admit it, I wasn't with it. But you were the best I've ever had.
Friday finally came around. This girl's really pain to town. Tonight ain't nothing gonna slow me down.
My impression? NSU commuter student. Yeah, giddy up, let's go, come on.
You show us everything you got. You keep on dancing and the mood gets hot. You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy. You say you have it morning, noon, and night. Yeah, I would have known that. The things that I know now, I might not have lost the time I complain about. Every time we play, we're guaranteed to bust a groove. Every time we hit our knees, we're closer to the top. Cause we are ATW, and we can't be stopped. ATW. Somehow the one that I needed would find me eventually. I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given to me.
I'm giving more C and on the floor B. All the girls, they adore me. Oh yes, ladies, I'm really being sincere.
Well, you know, because, you know, college pranks always start, in the dorm, in the bathroom usually, bathroom pranks. Right? Because you're really vulnerable with your pants around your ankles anyway, you know. So what could you do? You know, we used to do stuff like take all the toilet paper off the roll except for, like, one sheet. And fluff it up. Next guy comes in, is like, no way, bud. Sitting there with a zigzag in his hand going, I don't think so.
Searching high and low, and now at last I know.
And our grand prize winner goes to Luke Foster. All clean shaven and everything.
I think the season summed up one word, and frustrating. Being tired or being ahead of every team in the district at halftime, with the exception of maybe 2 games, and then coming out with the record that we did. That's unfortunate.
We started to look strong at the beginning of the season, but it just kind of fell apart. And we could play with any team in the first half, we just couldn't play in the second half.
We were all right until we played ORU at ORU, and we knew we had to win a district game, and we came out, we were winning 2-1 at halftime, and if I'm not mistaken, we had one of our typical breakdowns in the second half, fell apart, and I think we ended up losing 5-2 at ORU, and it was a nightmare. From then on, it was downhill until the final 2-3 games of the season, when it was too late anyways. We could have won 3 or 4 more games, we'd be playing Friday instead of sitting at home. But now we're out here playing football.
It felt good to win the last game of the season against a tough team like OCU, but it made the season feel a lot better.
Well, next season we've got a lot of juniors and seniors and seniors. We got a lot of guys coming back that really got a lot of experience, and that's what we were really looking for last year. And I think you could tell we had the experience out on the field, but it just a lot of times it just wasn't clicking together. But experience is going to be good, and we've got some. At the end of the season we saw some good things out of Chris Mason. Some goal scoring. Our offense started looking good, and defense started looking a little better. And if we can just put together the things from the end of the season and carry them over into next season, I think we'll be all right.
– 5-12. It's a quality 5-12 though.
Keep smiling. Everybody want to sing? Keep shining. Oh, shoot.
Sleep.
Runs the option play. Will keep it himself. Cuts inside. Touchdown, Northeastern. Jackie Hood on the option play. Called his own number. Found his seam. And the Redmen are on the board.
Well, the first game was against, in NAI, one of the better football teams in America, UCA. At that time, they won 7 straight conference championships. They won this year. This particular year, it was 8. We went in. We had some unquestioned, some questions to be answered. We played it kind of close to the vest. We didn't want to do anything offensively that, probably would hurt us because we knew we'd play good defensively. And we come out, and the defense made a great play. Kenny Washington intercepted the pass and took it in for a touchdown.
Well, it was a play that had been running for 2 years. It was something we had worked on. I was just hoping they'd run it and everything went right. I didn't know it was on me that quick. Before I could get my hands down, it was there and just fell in the pocket. It was a good deal. I was glad we won off of it. It's something we had to build on.
Monticello and the Magnolia game is a situation that we were ahead at one time. We could, going in for the kill, you might say, and we didn't put that on them. And we ended up losing both games. And we come back against Henderson. They're ahead, and they moved the ball on us pretty good. We moving on them, and it's 7-7 at halftime. And as soon as we walk in the locker room, and just a big rainstorm comes, thunder, lightning. We get ready to go out. The officials say, hey, we got to wait a while, and we got to wait a while, and we got to wait a while, and finally, some safety come into it. They decided that at the particular time that it wasn't feasible to play. It's a 7-7. It's a tie. It's just one of those things. We're 1-2-1.
turns to party, I'm always first to leave. 'Cause when it comes to heartaches, I'd rather give than to receive. I've never cried myself to sleep, just praying I'll get through. I've never lost in love, not counting you. Not counting you, I've never had.
Why am I here? Because I'd like to go to the concert if we can get tickets. We've been here since 10:30 p.m.
And we were in number 69 in line, and now we're in number like 127.
Well, we're further back than that now.
We are here because we love Garth. We went to see him night before last in Fort Smith. And we went to see both shows, and we're here to wait for tickets.
And we're here without sleep again. We've been here since 10 o'clock last night. Thank you very much.
Because I've got friends in low places just like he does.
Something about the way those jeans fit.
I think that might do it, yeah.
Mr. Speaker, may I pay tribute to the Prime Minister and to her decision this morning. She showed by that she amounts to more than those who have turned upon her in recent days.
I'm very disappointed. I thought she would have stuck there, you know, and stuck it all out.
As a civil servant, she's not exactly done me a power of good over the last 10 years, so I suppose one is selfish.
Well, I'm not sorry to see her go, but I don't like the way it was done.
Who replaced Margaret Thatcher as British Prime Minister?
Don't know.
Cindy Brewster.
Some dude.
Oh, I think there's a very realistic chance of winning it.
Well, I thought it was a real good, game. We're ahead. We had, a couple mental laps that let Southeast get back in the ball game, but, I thought we played real well, especially defensively. We played great. Southeast had an awful good defense, and, they shut us down a little bit offensively, but we put some points on the board, and, the big thing, we won the football game, and after that, from there on, I thought we played excellent. We do put some points on the board.
Celebration and the OIC Championship.
We finished, real strong. We felt real good about ourselves. We were a pretty good offensive football team, and we had a great defense all through the year. We got in the playoffs. Like I told our football team, let's just worry about winning the OIC, and everything else will take care of itself. We got it. We did that. We got in the playoffs. We got a hold of Central Arkansas, who probably was the best football team, in the country at the time. Played. I thought was a pretty good football game. Had a chance. We're ahead 14-10, and we don't put it in, and they come back, and we finally we lose to them. And to get back to your question, I thought it was a great year.
NSU, the OIC champions.
This was Hands Across Campus, and the purpose was to honor those who die every year in drinking and driving related incidents. Normally, over a normal day, if you can call it a normal day, 76 people die in drinking and driving related incidents. Over the holidays, the percentage goes up 49 to where 110 people will die per day. That's 6,600 people in the 2 months surrounding the holidays.
The good news is I am not going to sing or try anything musically at all in the next 2 hours, so you can relax. Thank you. Thank you.
Although we have worked up a routine where we'll be performing a Milli Vanilli song shortly, so.
I like this ball club. They're good people. They're good students. They're just people that you enjoy being around. Brett McDaniel has been here for a long time and certainly a very solid player. Tim Durden, Tim is just one of the most solid people, players that I've ever been associated with. Night in and night out, he's going to give you all the consistency in the world, defense, rebounding, scoring. He's going to do it all. Goodness, Carlos Norton, as I've already said, I think is the most exciting player in this area. The little guy just absolutely does phenomenal things, and people who haven't seen him play, are going to regret it someday because they may see him on television later, and they'll say, hey, I could have seen him on campus, and he's phenomenal. Lance Kroll is a youngster who's blending in and has another year with us, and we're certainly excited about that. And not many people know this. Lance is playing with severe shin splints, which makes him look very slow. I don't know that he is qualified for the Olympics, but certainly he's not as slow as he appears because the shin splints do bother him. Sean Roark, a young man who most people wouldn't even play if their back, and hip was hurting like his. I'm not making alibis or excuses, Tom, at all. I'm just, telling the viewing audience some things that they may not know. We think these guys are doing a fine job. Charles Wade, he's out there just doing a yeoman's job. I think he's been not a surprise, but certainly he's the guy that really we've leaned on. Youngsters coming off the bench, Scott De La Garza, Michael Parrish, Mickey Replogle, Tim Stewart, Wes Hayes, and certainly be remiss if I didn't mention James Oakes and Corey Nichols, guys who are very flexible. They can play against big people. They can cover out on the floor. They just do a lot of good things overall, and we're very pleased with this entire ball club. As maybe it's been mentioned too much already, the differences from last year to this year is we've been a lot healthier, and we're a lot deeper. We're a lot bigger. We're a lot quicker, and those ingredients kind of make you more competitive.
I felt like we competed hard. We'd have quit at halftime, and all of our ball games we would have been 18-6, and I felt like that in a lot of ways our kids just competed to their fullest ability, and we just did not have the depth that we needed throughout the whole year. We played a lot of real good teams, and we competed well. We played a lot of top 20 schools in the nation NAIA, and again, we competed well. We ended up with a 10-14 record, and of course that's not good for me or for our team, but hopefully we're going to turn things around. We have recruited 11 new players, and so we're going to have a new squad with a lot of depth next year, and that's what we needed to fulfill this year. And so those are the things that I feel like that we have got to compete day in and day out with.
I guess I was kind of glad that we did it, but I think, first of all, I was against us being over there. I think that we should pay more attention to things that are happening here at home and the homeless people and the people that don't have any money, more than we go spending $1 trillion a day over there to help a country that probably could have handled it themselves.
I think we wasted a lot of time waiting on Saddam Hussein to change his mind when everybody knew he wasn't going to do it.
I was kind of split between being against war totally in the first place and then being for our troops if our troops did get put over there. So once our troops were there, I decided to support our troops and their efforts in the Gulf War.
together keeps raining all the time. Keeps raining all the time. How strong his love can be when he believes it's real.
Grand prize winner of the 1990-91 Tuesday Night Moves contestant is Krista Rittenhouse. Treats me so bad, misery is breaking my heart. Can't you see? Thanks, baby, have mercy on me.
I've enjoyed my work here. Most of the faculty in the College of Education have come here since I came. I hired a great many of the people who are now reaching the senior ranks of the faculty. So I think it's time that I get out of the way and let some other people do some things that might be to the benefit of the university.
I like karate because now I don't have to prove myself to anybody. I know I can do what I can do.
Did you have a good one?
Yes.
Whoa, we got one still going down here. You got this again.
we started off not in very good shape, and we came along, and you know, 2 days ago I wouldn't have ever guessed we'd won the conference, but going into today, I felt like our field events would have to hold us up, that we'd have to, if we were going to hold everybody off, it'd have to be in the field events with Kenny Washington and Paul Lane and Joe Valentine and Wendell Barnett being so strong and, you know, in their respective events. And what really surprised me was, you know, that we didn't have any disappointments in the field events, and our sprinters came through, and, you know, with Steve Roberts and Lloyd Collier and Wendell, they came through, and, you know, and Pat Hastings, you know, finishing third in the 100 meters today in the conference meet, and Chauncey Leverett finishing third. Those were really pleasant surprises, and they've really came along since the first part of the year.
What do you think about the game so far?
Well, let's see. I haven't scored yet, so we're not winning, but I think pretty close game. We should do good. I don't know.
Favorite sport?
Tennis.
Yep. No. He's a tennis player. I want tennis.
Team's very good, doing pretty well this year. We should be going to nationals this year, hopefully the whole team, instead of just TJ and Eric Steele. So that'll be nice. The whole team's gelling together real nice. It's good team spirit right now.
I've been pretty well pleased up to this point. We've had, as far as the season goes, we had a good spring break. We took a trip down south, played in Mississippi and Alabama, Louisiana, and Arkansas, and had some success there, and played some really good teams. We had our biggest win, you might say, was over Centenary University out of Shreveport, Louisiana, and they're a Division I school, and our #1 doubles team, TJ Tisdale and Eric Steele, really had a great win down there. They have sort of an indirect win over one of the top teams in the nation, because we beat this team at Centenary, and Centenary beat this team from West Florida, who was probably been in the top 5 rankings. And so it was a great trip for us. It started out kind of slow. We had some tough competition, but it got better. We kind of built up to a good peak there, and we're hoping to do that for the rest of our season, kind of build up to that type of play we had down there.
The season so far has been greater than my wildest expectations. We've won 5 out of 7 tournaments that we've played in. We've won 2 out of the last 3. We got conference coming up at Shangri-La, and I guess you could say we're the favorite in that. So we're really looking forward to a strong close, and going out as district and conference champions would be great, and be a lot of momentum going in the national tournament. So right now, we're really starting to pick things up, starting to swing the bat a lot better. We raised our team average probably 40 points in the last month, hitting 314 as a team right now. Been able to score a lot of runs. We've got 2 or 3 pitchers that are really starting to throw well and getting a groove, giving us a chance to win. We have, lost a few we probably shouldn't have lost. Right now, we're just concerned with getting in the playoffs, and once you get there, I think there's going to be 6 good teams, and I think anybody can beat anybody once you get there.
I see.
Congratulations to ladies of Alpha Sigma Alpha.
Godspell. It's the gospel according to Matthew, basically word for word, except it's set to rock and roll music. It's pretty cool.
There appeared before the master a man whose debt ran into the millions.
Millions?
I said the millions! And since the man had no means of paying the money, the master ordered him to be sold.
These fish?
Yes, I do. That one's Fred. I caught him last year. Let him go. He's got a wife and kids, for crying out loud.
Yeah. You can take an old flat-bottom boat in the middle of the week. Float the Illinois until you reach the Barren Creek. Over yonder. Kids go floating by in tubes, their legs turning pink. Throw a worm from an old cane pole and slowly watch him sink. I wish I could move my family, live up on Highway 10, where the beavers chew on sycamore and your neighbors are your friends, where everyone knows everyone, the way it ought to be. They live their lives on Highway 10 like 1923. Wish I could move my family, live up on Highway 10, where the beavers chew on sycamore and your neighbors are your friends, where everyone knows everyone, the way it ought to be. They live their lives on Highway 10 like 1923. Yes, they live their lives on Highway 10 like 1923. Yeah, thank you.
I plan to get in the Senate, and we're going to try and get things back down to earth, get things lined out to where we can start passing pieces of legislation and get something accomplished here at home at NSU, and not worry about what's up at Oklahoma City, OSG, or anything at first. We just want to get things going and on track for the students.
The theme of my candidacy has basically been to serve the student. And if you're going to run on a campaign like that, you have to understand the student and understand the needs and the problems of the student.
In a nutshell, I'll put it in 30 seconds. It's okay. There was a violation. There was a petition. The petition was invalid, but the investigation went on anyway. The candidates were found guilty and thrown out. The candidates appealed. The candidates were exonerated on all but one charge apiece, and the candidates were, in fact, allowed to run, and Jennings won, in a nutshell.
I'm just glad that we had such a big turnout for voting. It shows that people care, and they want to see somebody in office that's going to take charge and make something, show something, and make something, some accomplishments. It's great to be here, and I just want to know that I'll be working hard for you next year. Thanks.
Way to go USA and Desert Storm. Peace and love to everybody.